very beautiful morning to you, wonderful viewers. And yes, it is another beautiful Friday. Oh, I love Friday. And guess what? It is the last Friday for the month of July. Thank you for joining us on today's Now Streaming Morning Show. I am Promise Njoko Adibe, your anchor for today. And with me in the studio is also a regular face you see every Friday. I'm sure he likes Friday too, like me. He's none other than the Venerable Joseph Onwanyang. He is the Director, Civic and Political Affairs of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, and also the chaplain to the National Assembly. It's good to have you come talk to us. Good morning, sir.
Thank you.
And as chaplain National Assembly, a whole lot of drama is happening in that quarters. I'm sure we'll hear your own view from it.
That is where everything is happening in Nigeria.
And thank God it's Friday. You like Fridays? You love Fridays. No wonder you come in every Friday. Well, viewers, don't forget to join the conversation by calling the number showing on your screen. Or if you can't call, please send us your comments via any of our social media platforms also showing on your screen. Well then, let the conversation begin with a view of the headlines of some national dailies that came in early this morning. And quickly we'll look at the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper, there are a whole lot of stories, starting from the masthead there. States slashing power tariffs must pay subsidy. This is coming from the neck, and that story is on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. And quickly on page 22, 14 villagers, policemen killed in Plateau attacks. I don't know when the killings will stop, but then we'll keep reporting them as they come. And on page 7, I was teasing our guest here. Now I'm talking about his people. Natasha to serve out suspension as Senate enters recess. And that story is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper, as I said earlier. And still on page 7, the CDS has come out to say Nigeria harbors over 200 million illegal arms. 200 million, that's quite a lot. The real story, the real story for today on the Punch newspaper is on the post-NEC meetings. APC, PDP set stage for epic 2027 face-off. That word epic. Okay, you find that story on page 2, and I have some kickers there. Let me just take one. Makinde Bala lead PDP governors in 2027 power takeout plot. And another kicker there says the new APC chair Yelwada vows Tinubu's return. Bros, take am easy. You just enter yesterday, don't they vow. Your blood they hot. Take it easy. Okay, so we have the picture stories there. We have the APC NEC meeting and the PDP NEC meeting. And then below the picture story there on page 3, you have on APC purchase Yelwada peak brightens Shetima Northeast 2027 chances. Well, if they say so. And on page 5, fake custom officer arraigned after scamming victims 34 million naira. Hey, some people get mine though. I can't find myself doing that. Okay, quickly let's look at the Vanguard. The Vanguard newspaper, quickly from above the masthead still. On page 19, banks, insurance, others contribute 1.77 trillion naira in the first quarter of 2025. And you wonder, they contribute 1.77 trillion, yet we always go a borrowing. Yeah. All these monies, where did they enter? The money for subsidy, where did it get? Where did it go to? A whole lot. Okay, still above the masthead there. EU editors collaborate to fight fake news disinformation. And that story is on page 8. Very good step in the right direction, if you ask me. And on page 11, 2027, we're still looking at the Vanguard newspaper. INEC vetting 144 applications for registration as parties. Okay, 2027 is going to really be epic.
It's loading.
And on page 9, court orders police to pay NSAS protesters 10 million naira over rights violation. Nigerian police, please obey that court order. Obey that court order, you get why. And 10 million is not even too much for you people to pay. Okay, the lead story there. Tinubu mocks coalition as Yilwata emerges APC chair. Let me just take two kickers there. Says is coalition of confusion. And the second kicker there asks PD APC governors to reduce hardship in rural areas. So you people know there is hardship. You're waiting for order to reduce it. The president has ordered you people, please reduce the hardship. Let Nigerians breathe. Okay, and on page 8, still on the Vanguard, PDP zones presidency to South. Okay, I hope it works out well for them. Page 9, LPPC okays 57 lawyers for elevation to SAN rank. And the last story we'll take on the Vanguard newspaper is on page 12. I know a whole lot of us have seen that news. I am not afraid of visiting any state. Peter Obi replies Akpabio. Fortunately, our guest is from Edo State. I remembered on this program, he once said Akpabio, he gave him a thumbs up. You will tell us what's happening when we get to that bridge. Okay, and don't forget the Mr. and Mrs. section of the Vanguard. Please go through it. And quickly, let's look at the last, which is the Guardian. The Guardian newspaper, and not much on the Guardian newspaper that we've not taken in orders. But then let's quickly look at those that we've not taken. Army chief warns against abandoning Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. You find that story on page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper. And quickly, the lead story there, how unchecked diary supplements turn toxic, lure many to early graves. Please watch what you take. We have a lot of fake things circulating, and I don't know, NAFDAC. How many times did I call you people? 3 times. Please rise up to your duties. Okay. I quickly take another story on page 6 on 2027. Tinubu rallies governors to performance, laws north with slots. Okay. On page 30 on the killings, Fulani avenging injustice in Plateau, says Headers Group. Wow. Just wow. Okay. The last story will be taken on the Guardian newspaper this morning. Makinde unveils Oyo's tourism blueprint at Summit. You find that story on page 25 of the Guardian newspaper. That's all we can take on our newspaper headlines this morning. So viewers, feel free to, read these newspapers, get them, and get yourself abreast with the happenings or happening in the country and outside of it. So quickly, let's take a look at the APC chairman emergence. We saw the whole celebration and all of that. So it now got to me, why was he even taken to the villa in the first place? And then we've seen the new national chairman coming out. He has vowed Tinubu's return come 2027. And he has also vowed to take tough decisions to bring in more PDP governors. So I want to get your reaction to all of this.
When a person is vowing in a democratic setting, you begin to understand their mindset. Their mindset. How do you vow to return Tinubu? Are you the one that will return Tinubu? It's Nigerians that will return Tinubu or not return Tinubu. Where democracy is working, where vote is counting, and where the vote of citizens and their right is respected. It's not the duty of one man to vow. Well, it's a choice of language. I just believe that what he's trying to say is that he was going to work hard to ensure that Tinubu comes back.
What if his vow was not out of context? What if he meant it? In 2023 we had snatch the ballot boxes, run away with it and all of that, and it happened. A whole lot of us, even in this studio, said no, it was just comment, but it happened.
Yes.
What if this vow is really not just to be taken on, the face value?
It will not be news for me.
Oh.
Yes, because there's nothing APC cannot do.
Now that one got me.
So
Okay.
there's nothing APC have not done since they came to power. There will be nothing new.
Okay.
So I just hope that his vow is not from the angle of election rigging and manipulations or thuggery. Unfortunately, I don't just have any idea about this new chairman's background.
Okay.
So it's completely a strange person to me. So I cannot say, this is what he's capable of doing positively or negatively for now. So let's just hope that he's a decent gentleman and that I think it's a senator of the Federal Republic. Let's hope that is a person who have regard for constitutional democracy, who will want to follow the right path to accomplish his own vow.
Okay. I hope so. Viewers, the number to call in is showing on your screen. Please call in. Let's talk about, the trending stories happening in the country. Remember, you and I are in this country. Nigeria belongs to all of us. So feel free to call in. The number to call in is showing on your screen. And if you can't call in, please send us your comments. We'll definitely read them. It's always a delight hearing from you. Still with you on APC. Yes. Tinubu orders construction of new APC National Secretariat in Nigeria, and he has directed Wike and APC governors to form a committee for the new party secretariat. So, is that really what Nigerians, is that what APC should be thinking about now? Nigerians are crying, we're hungry and all of that, and there's an order. APC have a secretariat, so why ordering for a new one? Already constituting a committee to see to that effect. I thought they said we don't have money. I thought they went borrowing. Senate just approved 21 billion. When was that? So why which money are they going to use to build this?
Well, it all depends on them. That's supposed to be built from the purse of the APC. They generate a lot of money. They have a lot of money, and you saw what happened before 2023 primary, how much people were made to pay to obtain their express of interest form. It was running to millions upon millions. So to that extent, the party is worthy enough to build whatever they want to build, provided they are not dipping hand into the purse of government. And again, we may not condemn that action wholesale, because I've never entered inside that APC secretariat. The only time I had cause to visit, it was just the reception. The issue that took me there was resolved. So I don't know the facilities that are in the old building, how serviceable it is for their eternal runnings. We may not know. So, but they should know that building a party secretariat is not supposed to be government money that should be used. It's a personal property of that, for that very political party. So that's how I look at it.
But don't you find it odd that he's directing the FCT minister, Wike, and APC governors, to form the committee for the new party? Whereas I know someone might say he's the FCT minister and they're trying to build it in the FCT, but then I don't.
FCT minister is the landlord, and if the way they are going about it, maybe that committee is set up for the purpose of fundraising. The governors are the people who are holding the money in their coffers. And honestly, they have a lot of money to play around with, even though they are complaining that there is no money.
Okay, but then why not just direct the governors like he did to form that committee to build? Why include the FCT?
No. That I think that you cannot exclude the FCT minister. FCT minister is a landlord in Abuja.
But all I'm trying to say is, he should constitute the APC committee and then let them take it up from there. They should meet with the FCT minister and all of that, because it's now looking more like he's using his veto power as the president to, I don't know. Well, then,
well, let's not dissipate too much of energy on
this. I agree.
Eternal affairs. So if they are building their house, let them not steal Nigerian money to build it.
That's most important. That's most important.
Because they told us there's no money, so they should not steal more money from the coffers of government to be doing private thing.
I agree.
So if the APC on their own decide to contribute money to build a new secretariat, congratulations to them.
Okay, but a whole lot of things, happened during that inauguration. He when the president told the APC governors, he said Nigerians are still complaining, wet the grass small. Yeah. So it means the president actually knows that Nigerians have been complaining.
It's not living in the moon. When Buhari was saying, I'm not aware.
Exactly.
I'm not aware. He was aware. No, listen to me. No pin drops in the country without the president getting to know about it.
So meaning we have been ignored as Nigerians. Our plight, despite the cries, despite the protests, both physically and on social media, and no good response from the government. It means the cries of Nigerians was being ignored. For him to stress wet the ground small, not even make sure the ground is wet. He said small. Now, I find that highly offensive.
Yes, it's offensive because it shows clearly to you that they are aware of what Nigerians are passing through. By the way, he's in Nigeria, and he was the one who removed the fuel subsidy. He knew the hardship that attended to that removal, and has been scorching Nigerians. And in fact, it has not been a good experience. You think they don't know? They know. The truth is that I have come to realize personally that most people in the corridor of power did not go in there because of you and me. They did not go there because really they want to alleviate poverty and things like that. They want to amass more wealth. They want more power. They want to remain relevant. That is the agenda. If the agenda is on the other side, you will know clearly. You will know clearly by I wanted to quote the Bible, say, by their fruits
we shall know them, but that is the truth.
Your actions, your policies, the way they are applied, the way they are introduced, the way they are dispensed, we show clearly that this is a person who have feeling for the masses. But I have not personally seen that in the way APC is governing Nigeria. I have not seen that, honestly.
I actually, since after the president made some utterances during his campaign 2023, and I see those things coming to play. I've literally stopped taking whatever they say at face value. It's just, for instance, the tax reform bill and all of that. I won't be surprised if it gets into play no matter what Nigerians do, because it is this same president who came out on national TV, and when he was asked a question, he said the best way to get the country growing is reduce the purchasing power of the people, expand the tax net,
dragnet, and all that.
And it's happening.
So that's why my junior brother, Apostle Ejelu Nwanya, will always say that APC knows what they are doing. I say, why do you say so? He says what they told Nigerians they will do that they are
exactly
doing. So they know what they are doing.
We didn't take them serious.
No, I examined that in this studio before 2023. What do you mean by this? Reduce the purchasing power
of the people,
and
widen the tax net,
expand the tax dragnet. How does that help the country? So is that not what has been playing out? Nigerians
and they're still taxing
Nigeria. People. Yes, Nigeria already paid through their nose. So there was a time I was saying here that some Nigerians are no longer living.
Oh.
They have been reduced to something else. No, people now don't know what to eat next.
True.
People's accounts are dry. Even everyone is affected. The church is affected. People cannot even pay ordinary offering in the church. Some people don't have transport to come to church. So congregations are becoming more and more empty. When we reach out to people, you see their condition is just pathetic. So that is the something. I just hope that I'm praying and hoping that there will be a reverse. And this is where my concern lies. What will Nigerians do? Will Nigerians still overlook what is going on and go and vote anyhow? Or will Nigerians still go to the poll to go and vote because of 5,000 naira? Are people going to still accept wrapper to vote? Are people going to accept just a mundu of rice packed and a label in somebody's name and go and vote?
But you and I know that a whole lot of people are going to do this because hunger have been weaponized.
Hunger should not make somebody foolish.
A whole lot of people don't get it. All they want is to survive for that minute. And this is me talking to Nigerians. You don't have to survive for the minute and then the next minute you're crying
Next
for what
4
to...
years.
Exactly.
So,
because a whole lot of us are just, like you said, a whole lot of Nigerians are just, goodness me. It's so painful.
It's a choice. People are suffering, except for somebody who is not interacting with people out there. People are suffering in Nigeria, and when what people are going through in Nigeria is unbearable. It's unbearable. So I think this should open people's eyes. Before any general election, you see the amount of argument back and front that will be going on among citizens. Then you begin to wonder, these people that are arguing, do they really know that they are gambling with their future, with their tomorrow? I think it was one comedian, Akpabio, who was saying, Nigeria, how now? Your account will soon be empty. You can see it now. You think you are a big man before you know it, you will be buying this fuel. Before you know it, your account will be empty. That is exactly what has happened now. Yesterday, I was interacting somewhere in Apo, where I went to work on cars, on our church bus and all that. And people were saying that many people have dropped their cars at home. They can no longer ride it. Go to Apo and see how people have abandoned their cars in mechanic workshops.
Oh, but this government actually said that we have a lot of cars on the road, so they need to take out some of the cars out.
They already be taken
and they're doing
out.
it.
Go and see the number of cars parked in Apo in mechanic workshop because the owners cannot afford the repairs. So that is where we are today, and we have to be realistic about that. And I just hope that in 2027, it's not about vowing. Somebody who is in air condition, who is flying private jet all around the country, vowing that he will return Percy to power. It's up to Nigerians whether they will do the needful. It is up to Nigerians.
It's one thing for Nigerians to vote. It's another thing for their votes to be, counted and be respected, because you find out that in the 2023 elections we had Nigerians who were threatened. If you don't vote for so party, if you're not voting for so party, don't come here. It was on live. We saw it now. It's still on the media there. If you are not voting for so party, don't come to this polling unit to vote. Some that voted for a different party were brutalized. They were humiliated. Some had the voters torn.
See,
how do Nigerians now? What do you want Nigerians to? Because we can't fight these thugs.
I've always said that no one man have monopoly over violence. As much as we are not encouraging people to be violent in their attitude, you should not allow people to trample on your right.
But yes, this is Nigeria.
We should not allow it. No one. See, what the politicians want is to intimidate the citizens to withdraw from coming to cast their vote and enforcing their civic rights. And Nigeria should not give in to that by being intimidated.
I just feel the only way we can get it right is just, we like borrowing ideas, but we don't borrow to the fullest. We don't borrow the good ones. In US, as you cast your vote, it's counting.
Yeah.
The whole world is seeing it. Yeah. They already know who is leading. Of course, we saw that in this last election. So can Nigeria just borrow that? Look at the millions of money that is being pumped into, given to INEC. Yet we still keep...
The truth is that without trying to eulogize oneself and the denomination we belong to, which is Anglican Communion, I want to say that we have been pushing hard on going completely electronic when it comes to voting matters. Though some civils, I remember before 2015 when CONAC, which we direct, which is an election observation group, was pushing with INEC that we should go for electronic voting. Some organization like Yaga Africa, I remember particularly Samson Itodo, and one other, I forgot the name of that organization now. They openly, before the INEC chairman, countered my opinion that Nigeria is not ripe enough to go into electronic voting.
When will we be ripe?
Their fear was that human beings can still manipulate things in the computer and all that. But be that as it may, I can tell you, technology is the solution. We have to go that way. I don't believe in going back, despite the hitches or technical glitches that they talk about in 2023 general election. Even still in our meetings with INEC chairman, I'm still pushing that we should go fully into electronic voting. Is going to be the final solution to this electoral fraud. And the more we are going deeper into technology, the more we find solution. Yes, Nigerians should be thinking of, okay, how to manage whatever glitches that will be alleged or will naturally come up, and so on and so forth. If we go into full electronic voting and transmission, you will discover that a lot of people more will vote. Like the security agencies, they want to vote, but they are not privileged. They have no privilege to do that because they are on election duty. Observers want to vote, they are not privileged because they are on election duty that day. Then diaspora voting. Most Nigerians who are very enlightened are living abroad, all over the world, doing well. And they have their own idea about how to make Nigeria great. But as of today, because we are not doing electronic voting, they are completely disenfranchised.
Yet they are expected to bring in money.
Yes. So, and if they are going to invest in Nigeria, they should also be given the privilege to determine who governs Nigeria. So, the joy in it is that the number of times, even since after the 2023 general election, that I have spoken about this technical glitch that put off many people, and harp on the need to push further into technology in trying to solve the problem. The INEC chairman, seems from his body language and on that, is concurring to what we are saying, and they are bringing up new ideas to further strengthen the system.
Okay.
That is what I can say. But if there's anything behind the scene, I'm not there.
Okay.
I
Okay,
know.
thank you. The truth is, one thing I am very sure of is that our government knows the right thing to do. And they
They
know
know.
that if they go the right way, electronic voting,
Yes.
a lot of them will not be in power today.
Power at all.
A whole lot of them will not be in power. If I can use my ATM card to pay for anything anywhere in the world, I should be able to vote anywhere I am in the world. So why can't my voters card be, if I'm in Abuja,
No,
for instance, and I want to vote and I'm in Lagos, I'm based in Abuja but I travel to Lagos, I should be able to vote from there.
it's just a question of improving the technology that is already developed.
I've actually
I've asked the chairman and the commissioners that, look, one of the most sensitive security instrument that is in the hand of people is ATM card, and because it controls your money that is in your account. If we can use ATM card, go to somewhere, slot in your ATM card and withdraw cash, withdraw money
why can't
from
we do
your
the same
bank.
with the voters card?
What makes that of voting difficult? It's a question of you go to the machine that you slot in your something and you press a button and it's registered at the center and it's counted.
Well, then
So,
we all know that if they do that,
let's continue to hope for the best. I think the last time I spoke about that, the response of the INEC chairman directly to my question was that we need to push further on electoral laws reform.
Okay.
Because most of all these things they cannot do. Not that they don't. According to him, yes, the technology can even be developed because most of the technology that were deployed in the past are homegrown technology. So they can do it, but they need enabling laws. For instance, the transmission of results that got everyone confused. It was towards when that election was going on, and the chairman was explaining further to us that my eyes was open to discover that the electoral act that was act that was amended did not actually say clearly that that is a transmitted result that will be used to determine who will vote. No, we are talking about the law now.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
some of us who are head the organization, we have been so concerned and passionate about this thing to know why this. Because we were the one coming to studio, we were the mouthpiece
yes,
of INEC,
yes.
trying to encourage people to come out. So some of us have also made effort to go deeper to know why certain things happen the way it happened. And I was surprised to discover that actually the act need to be further amended.
Well, I'm sure our government is listening to us.
Yes,
Please, we need to do the right thing.
They need to amend the act to the point where the act will state it clearly that we are going for electronic voting and we are going fully for electronic transmission of result, and the result transmitted by by that via that channel is what will be used to determine. So, do you know that they made it open-ended, that the manually collated one is the one to be used, but the one transmitted electronically is just for for records and for archive.
Just imagine.
Go and check the act.
Just imagine. Well, let's put a pause on that. Viewers, feel free to call in and lend your voice to the conversation ongoing. The number to call in is showing on your screen, and if you can't call in, I'll always say it. Send us your comments via any of our social media platforms, also showing on your screen. Are you part of those who think we should have an electoral reform? Please feel free to call in. You talked about leaving the electoral act open-ended. That now brings me to the next thing I want us to talk about. I told you your Senate is the National Assembly is a house of drama and all of that. Okay, before I go to that, I have a comment here. Please let them introduce total electronic voting system.
Okay, that is the point.
That is the
That
comment
is the
we got
point.
here from a
Total.
viewer. I
Total.
completely concur.
Total. That is what we are advocating for.
Total electronic voting system. Thank you very much for that comment, viewers. We encourage you to please keep the comments coming in. Now, you talked about leaving the act open-ended, so they can always have a defense. When they say go to court and we go to court, they can always have a defense. Now, that brings me back to the Senate and Natasha. Oh, okay. We have our first caller for the day. Good morning. Thank you for calling. Please go ahead with your contribution.
My name is Andy Duke. I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Yeah, your discussion in the studio is very, very interesting. But I'm only interested in the one that our president said to the governors that they should wait the ground a little. Of course, you know what we are facing in the country.
Yeah.
That will tell you that they intentionally push poverty on people. Finding out that everybody is angry, frustrated, shattered, battered. They've told their governors to wait it a little. Give that it takes, so that they blow in the pipe and now they also dictate the tone. So no, we don't need a soothsayer to tell us what's going to happen in 2027. As we proceed, they will be waiting little, while people are dancing to their tunes. It's quite unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
We are praying God to help us.
Amen.
To give us somebody that will, look at the problems of Nigeria. What is that all people are talking about? Good governance, good road, good hospital, good schools, good salary, good things. They can do all these things. With what you have just said, I've told you that they know what they are doing. Because for you to say release a little, so that people can feel that something is happening, and that's to their selfish tools. So going forward to 2027, there's nothing special that will happen. That thing that he said before will also happen the same. And there's nothing anybody can do about it until everybody have decided to change that situation. It's a matter of choice. Regardless of religion, tribes, and ethnicity. So if everybody will come together and said, hey, 2027, we are not taking money, we are not taking anything, we want to change the situation, it's possible.
It's possible.
And that is what we are looking for. And God will help us.
Amen. Thank you very much, Mr. Duke, all the way from Port Harcourt. We appreciate very robust contribution. Thank you very much. Before he called in, I was asking about the National Assembly, but then viewers, please feel free to call in. Don't forget, the number to call in is showing on your screen. No, you can send us your comments. It's always a delight to read out your comments. Now, we saw the whole drama, Natasha, the allegation against the Senate president, the suspension, and the court orders going back and forth. And then we saw the courts, writing back to the Senate. And then now there was a Senate shutdown. There was a drama when she went to, resume duties. That was on Tuesday. But then, that's for Natasha, but still in the Senate, they have their own. We've seen the Senate leader coming out to say, "I am frustrated. I might resign." This is coming from Bamidele. He said Akpabio does not consult anyone. He said he's frustrated working under him as Senate leader. So I want you to react to that. If somebody who has been on Akpabio's side all this while is coming out to say, I'm frustrated, he doesn't consult anyone, what do you see playing out in our Senate?
Well, I sympathize with my friend, Senator Bamidele Okpeyemi. He's a close friend of mine, and he's a very decent gentleman. When that matter of Natasha was playing out, I sent him a message I don't know whether he saw the message or not. I told him, please, my dear brother and friend, calm down. Don't talk too much on this issue. Let Akpabio defend himself. So, it is coming out gradually to see the high-handedness of the Senate leadership, which some of us have been talking about. That from the body language, from everything happening in the Senate president seems to be acting like an emperor. It's like somebody acting in a way that, oh, I know somebody is backing me, and so nothing can happen to me. So that is the body language that everyone has been seeing. And for the Senate leader to cry out, I know it's a very enduring human being, somebody that can hardly come out to complain. For Bamidele Okpeyemi to come out and be saying that he's frustrated and he wants to resign, it shows that things are not well. Some of the things Natasha is saying are actually true. Now, what I will advise him as a friend, he should not resign. He should not resign. See, we were in this country when some Senate presidents were changed and changed and changed again. If a Senate president is high-handed and is not consulting and is becoming a dictator, he should be removed from office. Without dancing around it, should be removed from office. See, I know my concern during this senators Natasha's issue. My primary concern was that Senate should not be handled in such a way that it becomes the business of one man. That like the way the president controls power and dictates almost everything in the executive, then the Senate president is also assuming that position in the legislative arm. No. Every senator is there to represent his or her own people. They are all co-equals. That your colleague decide to ask you to lead does not make you their overall boss that should be dictating to every person. That any person who is not ready to rub your back will be ridiculed or will be oppressed. No. So instead of resigning, I think is a very Akpabio is a smart politician. He should do the needful. He should gather other senators together to let them know that if this thing continue, something will happen, and you know what I mean. So that is it. You should not just. When I got the something yesterday, I said I may find time to pay him a visit to ask him. Don't just come and cry out there to Nigeria. You know what to do.
Actually, I don't think he's the only one that has cried this cry of being frustrated. I can't remember his name, but it's from the east. I watched that confrontation. He kept talking to the Senate president. I said, "You can't treat us like children. We were elected the way
Is
you
that not
were
Senator
elected."
Tony Nwoye
I think so.
Anambra?
Yes, from Anambra.
Yes.
He said we were elected the same way you were elected. But then, if the senators in the house are complaining like this and nothing is being done, don't you think at this point nobody will be able to do that needful that you are talking about?
Senators cannot tell me they cannot do the needful. The senators, see, like as I said, all senators are co-equal. No one is there as a servant of the other person. Everyone there is representing his own constituency, so they should be able to talk to themselves and do the needful. Do you understand?
I do.
Yeah, they should be able to talk to themselves and do the needful.
Okay. I hope they are listening to you, and I hope they do the needful. Viewers, please keep the comments coming and feel free to call in to lend your voice. Even though our time is fast spent, but then we still have a little time.
Democracy really thrives on consultation, carrying people along.
You disagree to agree.
Yeah, democracy thrives on number and on that. It's not dictatorship. So if the attitude of the Senate president is not democratic, then the senator should do the needful. He will not be the first Senate president to be impeached, and he will not be the last.
But then,
and heavens will not fall.
But then, in all honesty, are we practicing democracy in Nigeria? Looking at everything happening from even from the executive down, are we practicing democracy?
And if people like with all people like Senator Bamidele Okpeyemi, who have been openly cooperating, supporting this
the Senate president against Natasha,
can cry out like this, you can be sure there are many that are crying out in their kitchen and in their bedroom, talking to their wife that we don't know what it bring us come here, because so they should do the needful. They should do the needful.
Okay, so now we have a comment from Prince. Okay, he said he is always full of himself. I'm sure he's talking about the Senate president.
Yes.
Said he's always full of himself. His intrigues will locate him someday. Okay, thank you, Prince. Okay, for that comment. Viewers, I always encourage you to keep the comments coming in, and I'm sure you want to. A whole lot of people going to be interested, especially the obedience. They'll be interested in this topic we're going to talk about. I really want us to talk about it, especially looking at the fact that it's happening in your state, Edo State. We saw the video some time ago when the Edo State governor, Mr. Monday Okpebolo, have come out to say Obi should not come to Edo State without his permission. And then there was also a statement much later that said it wasn't a threat. After the whole backlash on social media, they said it wasn't a threat, it was just for safety purpose, because of the insecurity happening around. But then we saw the APC Edo State chairman who came out to say he hates Obi just like Edo people hate Obi. So before I ask all my questions, I want to ask you, you're from Edo State, do you hate Peter Obi? It's just a yes or a no, sir. Before I go with my questions, just yes or no, do you hate Obi? Because the APC said
Edo people do not hate Obi.
Okay.
In 2023 general election, a statement was made. Mm-hmm. So those who followed proceedings will know that Edo people love Peter Obi.
That's Edo people. I'm asking you personally.
Edo people love Labour Party. He played out. We all saw the drama. We all saw how people were destroying, pulling units where Labour was winning and all that. Having said that, let me believe that...
I've not asked my question yet. I just wanted you to answer me personally. Do you hate Obi because you're from Edo State? You generalized. You said Edo people. I wanted to hear from you.
Okay, if you want to hear from me, you want to know my mind concerning Obi.
Yes.
If I have the opportunity to make Obi the president of Nigeria today, I will give it to him, because I said it here. I'm not a politician. I'm not a pretender. Among all the politicians that are the top leading politicians in Nigeria during 2023 general election, Obi stood out distinctly as the only person that is talking about the needs of Nigeria, the challenges of Nigeria, and thinking of how to really solve it genuinely. He's the only one really talking in the way that you will know this one is ready to fight corruption. He's the only one that is talking in the way that you know that this man is for the downtrodden. We don't need to lie or pretend about that. That does not make me a Labour party member or being partisan. The truth is that we are fighting for the soul of Nigeria.
Okay, but then if that is the case, the Edo State APC chairman have come out to say Edo people hate Obi, and especially him. He hates him personally. But then I want to get your...
for himself.
But even though he generalized Edo State, I know
speaking for his own political party.
Okay, but then, two questions. First, the governor said Obi should not come to Edo State without his permission. I want to get your reaction on that, and then also get your reaction on Obi daring Okpebolo saying, I will return to Edo. We know there's an election coming up very soon.
Number one. Let me start from the end.
Okay.
Obi say, I will come to Edo. Obi have the right to come to Edo any day, any time, in the night or in the daytime. He's a citizen of Nigeria. he has freedom of movement, and he's a man of the people.
But what about his security?
Wait. People love him, and he knows. Obi has not been moving about with bodyguards and people. He feels free with the people. No one has been harassing Obi. We have not seen, apart from members of opposition party, no other person is harassing him. Nigerians love this man. They want to see him and all that. So that is the first response on that side. But I don't see Akpabio as a violent man. Yeah, I'm talking from Edo State. By the way, Akpabio is from Edo Central, which is the Eastern region of Edo State. Now, to that extent, is my brother. I'm grown enough to know the violent people in Esa land.
Okay.
Yes, I worked there. I lived there. I grew up there. So, if Akpabio is a violent man, I would have known by now. There are certain names you will mention in Edo State today. I will even tell Peter Obi, don't go. I want to believe that Akpabio is speaking from the angle of security, because Edo have been volatile in terms of kidnapping, in terms of attacks here and there. So I want to believe he was speaking genuinely on the angle of security. And in all honesty, when it comes to security, high-profile figures like Peter Obi should not just go to somewhere without alerting the key security officers in that place. And by the way, the governor is the chief security officer in that very state. And even at that, in my area, there is a parable. They say if you don't want a thief to steal your things, give the thing to him to hold it for you, to keep it for you.
But
so, who are the people likely to attack Obi? It's members of APC that have always manifested violence tendencies. And if
members of APC, but the Edo State governor is in APC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what the point I'm making now. So if the governor is saying, please, when you are coming to Edo State, please let me know. He may be speaking genuinely from his heart. I'm not inside
but
his mind.
you know, if he had come out to say the way you presented it now, please, if you're coming to Edo State, let me know. It's a different thing. I wish we can play that video. I don't know if we have time to play it. He said, go and tell Obi. No. He was categorically arrogant about it. I think that was, and nothing is being done.
I think
sorry, sir. He went further.
I think that was the response.
No.
When
He was
back.
No, it was that statement that caused the backlash, because he said you know get shishi where he get money they give 1.15 million that people corrected him and said is 15 million he gave. He said a whole lot of things before he now rounded up by saying they should tell him he should not come to Edo State. Now, why I am worried is because such a thing played out in Benue State.
Yeah.
And these two states are Benue and Edo, are APC states. Do we see APC governors now trying to stop Obi from coming to their states, even though he's not holding any political party, even though
they have said that's why I say I will start from that end. They have no power to stop him from entering any state. The Constitution permits Peter Obi to go to any state. If I want to go to Kaduna today, I don't need to tell the governor of Kaduna.
Of course.
I don't need to tell the governor of Kaduna. But if I'm a high-profile figure and I feel that the governor, for instance, let me give you an instance. I've had cause to visit some areas, and because of the volatile nature of that state, before leaving Abuja, I reached out to the bishop of that very area to say I will be visiting. Primate has given me permission to come and do so I will be visiting. So I just want you to know that I'm in case
that is a different thing, because what I'm trying to look at now is if for instance his excellency Atiku Abubakar goes to Edo State, he doesn't need to.
Let me rest my case this way.
Okay, please let that be your last words, because our time for this program because our time is fast spent.
So what I'm saying is that if it is genuinely to help him make security arrangement because he knows he's a popular figure and he doesn't want stampede, well and good, Obi should carry him along. But if it is a threat because he doesn't want it to come and campaign and all that, then that is an empty threat because the constitution does not support that.
Well, I see it as just like other Nigerians have seen it as a threat, because even on I think that was TVC News one time, the commissioner came out to say Obi came and there was a stampede, 3 people died. The presenters kept asking, where exactly did it happen? He could not pinpoint one place. He said, and we all know Obi gave a check, not cash. And he said when they were sharing the money, 3 people died. So they were sharing the check, like a check, they were tearing it, and then that's how the stampede happened, and 3 people. When people want to lie, they should construct it very well, even though we don't encourage lying. And it's so disheartening, it's so disappointing, it's so embarrassing that people who are meant to be the leaders of this nation are the ones filling it with corruption, with lies, and what do they expect the younger ones to do? What do they expect? Are they not ashamed that their children will watch them? The internet does not forget. This is all over the internet. The internet does not forget. Imagine that man's child coming out tomorrow to talk on sincerity and all of that. You will still see people who will refer to his father and say, your father did this. The internet does not forget. Well then, thank you very much, the Venerable Joseph Unwaya. Thank you very much for your robust contribution. Always very objective. We truly appreciate you for always answering us when we call every Friday. Then to our viewers, thank you for staying with us. This is the much we can take on the bulletin today. For those who called, for the Mr. Duke all the way from Port Harcourt, thank you. We truly appreciate your contribution. And to the people who sent in their comments, thank you too. To those behind the scene, Miss Rachel, Miss Ebuka, Mr. Ebuka said Okpegbolo should know that he's coming to Edo State. So Ebuka, pass your message. I'm sure Edo State governor knows that you're coming. To every other person in the studio, we have Naomi and Mazi himself. Thank you very much for putting this together. I want to encourage you to please stay safe out there. Be safe. No die now. Who die now? You lose. Take it easy. Everything will be fine. Stay tuned with us on all our programs all through. And until we come your way again on Monday, have a great weekend. I am promising Joko Adibe. Bye for now.